response to, or non-response to 911 calls. I know that the smoking Q law, incident where guns were involved, they had at least 2 911 calls coming within a few minutes of each other. The sheriff's department's a quarter mile down the street and nobody ever showed up. So what's going on there?
Yeah, you know, and we know that citizens have requested a core request. In core request, and this is how we access our data, and that's the Colorado Open Records Act, right? And so if they're public record, you can request them. Any citizen can. They pay. You have to pay for the copies, you know, in terms of whatever literature you're getting. And so this is how we get the data. And so we know that citizens were concerned because of the particular incident was just mentioned. There was a 911 call in which the sheriff's department did not respond, and then ultimately arrested this individual a week or so later, and then the charges were dropped. But the 911 issue, there's big problems with that because they don't have the staffing. And so what we do now know is that they're using citizen volunteers, posse members, to staff the 911 facility, the dispatch facility. And so we spoke to several citizen volunteers that have resigned, and they feel that they're either putting other people in danger or themselves in danger because of how they're using those. And so I know that there was a core request, and he said in the interest of public safety that he was not going to disclose that documentation, and he refused to release the data. And I'm only assuming, because he did not release the data, that the data wasn't probably very favorable to the organization of the situation. They do have some in-service training from other dispatchers. They're not handling the 911 calls, they're handling the calls. Or if they do get a 911 call, they relinquish it to the dispatchers. But the second part of that question is no, they're not officially trained in terms of being a dispatcher.
Because the training is pretty long. I mean, we're talking like 3-4 months of training,
right.
and not even including the E911 stuff. That's
right.
That's another couple weeks. So that's, I mean, there couldn't possibly be getting that much training.
No, they're not, and that's one of the issues. I mean, that's a major issue.
So didn't they used to carry 3 paid 911?
You know, I don't know what their staffing levels are now. I mean, I know that they, you know, we met with county officials, and they're kind of frustrated in so much as that they have the positions open, and for whatever reason, the office of the sheriff is not filling the positions. We don't know if it's because they can't get people to fill the positions, or they just are not filling them. We don't know.
Or they don't want to work for them.
Or they don't want to work for them, yeah. So,
or they've been using those positions for the people that are running the campaign.
And they've just upgraded their 911 system
yep.
as well, or they're still in the process of it.
Right. So, yeah, so the answer to the question is they're not adequately trained. They are trained somewhat, but not adequately trained.